Black voting rights collapse, and Mitch, please, McConnell, watch this.
What's your message for voters of color who are concerned that without the John L. Lewis Voting Rights Act, they're not going to be able to vote in the midterm?
Well, the concern is misplaced because if you look at the statistics, African American voters are voting in just as high a percentage as Americans. A recent survey, 94% of Americans thought it was easy to vote. This is not a problem.
Perhaps Toni Morrison said it best when she proclaimed in 1992, quote, "In this country, American means white. Everybody else has to hyphenate," end quote. U.S. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell reinforced that and is now trending on Twitter with the hashtag, everyone help me,
Mitch, please.
After giving a comment on voting rights in which he seemed to imply African Americans are not Americans. That was an uneducated quote. Following failed attempt to move the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act to Senate floor on Wednesday, McConnell was asked to comment on the concerns among Black voters. According to the Brennan Center for Justice, a nonpartisan policy group, 34 laws restricting voting access were passed in 19 states. In 2021, the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act would restore Justice Department review of these changes. How do we feel talking about this topic?
Did you see this, man?
I'm sorry. Are we in 1955?
Right?
Am I in Mississippi?
I felt unsafe.
Right.
Like,
Well, the sad part is we're not, but this is very real.
This is
Mitch
real.
McConnell does not play games.
Right.
And the fact that we're still debating voting rights in 2022 shows the true state of the country, right? And so this act needs to pass. This is not negotiable. This is not, we'll do it in 4 more years if you vote for us again. No. There's no other debate that needs to happen. This act needs to pass.
And it's so easy saying that, but you know, it's like the work needs to be done. We're constantly, and just like the story before this, it's just a never-ending loop, and that's why we need advocates like ourselves and others to step up to the plate, because this is never-ending. They're always going to be there tearing some aspect of our marginalized experience down to the ground.
Dr. King's dream has become a living hell.
In Florida?
Everywhere. What's most important, though, is that we do need to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to make sure that we're represented at the voting polls.
Say that.
Local.
Every one of your parents, your friends, your family, and make sure that they're registered to vote.
Don't boo.
And don't just register to vote. Make sure you go and vote when you're registered, you know? You got to do the whole work, not just a little bit of it.
And make sure that you're voting just not for presidents, because that's where we get confused. No, local level.
Right.
You're for mayor too. We just had a state representative race for district, I believe, 94. And that person who won is only serving until the term is up. So that means we're going to be back at the polls in a couple of months. So get out there.
While you're there, get to know your judges. You vote for them too.
Yes.
They control more of your life than you know.
Yes. It's very important, politics in general. You know, it's not something that all of us should just skip over or just know vaguely. We all should pay attention to it very well. You know, and I echo
It's paying
everything
attention
that's
to
saying.
you.
Exactly.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ